Well, here we go. Call of the Dead. I'm going to try and do a 2-box challenge. Tried this once, died. It seems to be like the common theme when I do these live streams. 2-box on BO1, I always die once. So let's hope that that was just a one-time occurrence. But I got hit once and died. So that's fun. I just wanted to play some BO1. I tried to load up Black Ops 2 actually, because I was thinking like, oh, Mob of the Dead, I could do a challenge on there. And none of the DLC maps were showing up on my Black Ops 2, so... Whatever's going on there, I don't know. I played it yesterday, and I made that Origins Wonderfizz challenge, which I would imagine will be uploaded before this, considering I filmed it first. And it breaks up the monotony of all these 2-box challenges. I just really enjoy this challenge, if you couldn't tell. And I want to cover most of the maps in Black Ops 1 and 2. Other maps that I enjoy, at least. Don't expect a direct 2-box challenge unless I do World at War. World at War. I was thinking maybe of doing Shi No Numa. That'd be fun. The World at War version, of course, because Black Ops 1 is a bit of a nightmare. I think I have a video still uploaded where I got to like around 38 and I was so close to getting to 40. That was my goal. Map's just so damn hard, man. So damn hard. It's not even because of the lack of Pack-a-Punch either. It's just there's not really any viable trading space in the Black Ops 1 version. Let's not get killed here. This is getting pretty tense. Tense, Terry. You're dead. Okay, well that's better than getting a double points. That was my fear, was I was going to get a double points with 1 or 2 zombies left. Let's go grab the MPL. The point gun on this map. I wish it was in better spots on other maps. Ascension, it's in a pretty bad spot. Behind Quick Revive, behind that door heading to Jug. It's in a really unfortunate spot on Kino unless you're doing the fire trap strategy. Heading out to the alleyway. Just kind of wish it was in a few better spots. This is a good spot though, because like I said, this is the point gun of this map. If you're doing this strategy anyways, where you try and turn the power on first. I've seen people go the other way and buy the MP5. Whatever works for you. Whatever works for you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there's only one way to play a map, because there's not. This has just always been what's worked for moi. I think I watched Next Gen Tactics back in 2011 do this, and I've just always... It's always stuck with me. Back when NGT Zombies was a thing. Probably speaking foreign languages to people who are like, what the hell is an NGT Zombies? They were around before Smith Plays and all those other hacks that came along. Smith Fraud. The guy that turned on his friend as soon as he had an opportunity to get views off of it. And won't apologize for it. Uh-oh. I never really liked the Smith Plays. I feel very vindicated, actually, seeing how piece of shit he acted there, because I always knew he was a fake. Guy was the literal sellout, and the joke in the community was he was a sellout, and he somehow turned that in like a positive. Yeah, sellout plays. It's not funny. You're never funny. You were never entertaining. You weren't good at zombies. I don't know how that guy had an audience. Lex, on the other hand, was at least entertaining. I mean, the guy has to camp in every map to get to around 100, but whatever. At least he makes entertaining videos. Back when the zombies community was alive and thriving during BO3. At Z House. And then it was all downhill from there. I mean, we can thank Treyarch for making bad game after bad game, pretty much killing the community in their own way, but I don't know. I've always found it weird that after that, people just stopped even uploading old zombies. There's a lot of old games that still get coverage, but BO1 and 2 just don't seem to get the same love, zombies-wise. Oh my... Can I just get a double points, please? Please. And if people do play BO1 or 2, it's always the same 2 or 3 maps. Ascension and Kino and... Like, I love those maps, don't get me wrong, but... That's why I felt like I had to do the Moon 2-box challenge. Nobody fucking plays Moon ever anymore. Especially the BO1 version. Is the nuke gone? Yep. I let it over flash. Come on, George. I see you're angry with me. I probably should have turned power on, but whatever. I'll come over here and buy Quick Revive because last game went so horribly wrong. Don't really want to repeat that. Would be a complete shame to waste another 7 or 8 minutes of my life. Okay, let's not miss our shots though. That's important. That is important. As always, depending on what I get from the box, if the guns are completely unusable, I will do the 2-box every 10 rounds challenge. Especially on this map, there's no traps. Besides the flingers, which I don't really count as traps. I mean, actual buyable traps, like a map like Kino or Ascension has. Even Moon doesn't have them, so it made the 2-box kind of stressful for me. I was wondering if I was even going to have the ability to get to round 30. Which I did pretty comfortably, of course, because the ray gun does that. It makes every game a lot more comfortable, especially with PhD, which this map has. So if we get lucky and we get a launcher, at least we'll have that. No, 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 no. There's way more zombies. This is what killed me last time. I thought it was the end of the round. And a zombie hit me once and I died. It was like, oh, well, there goes that. Okay. I hope I'll have enough to go get Jug, but I don't think I will. We'll be cusping on the points that we need. But maybe. Oh, I'm risking it, man. I don't know why I'm doing it, but knife kills do get you more points. Okay, so 5,800. Is this door up here 750? I'm hoping. Yeah, it is. Okay. Whew. Turn the power on. Let there be light. Oh, just George, please get the fuck out of the way. Why do you gotta be such a douchebag? They really didn't go easy on us at Black Ops 1, did they? They gave us fucking George and the Astronaut within a couple months span. And in between, Shangri-La gave us the Napalms and the Shriekers. So some pretty damn annoying boss zombies, if I do say so myself. And I'd say George is probably the worst. No, the Astronaut, because George's health never goes up. If you're playing solo, 2-player, 3-player, 4-player, he's got a set health. The Astronaut's health just keeps going up and keeps going up and keeps going up. To the point where you can't get rid of the guy. So yeah, I think he's the worst. Box is up there, so we can access it as soon as we get through here, actually. We'll need some points. So I'm not gonna I'll probably have to buy the AK this round. I don't really have that much ammo left in my MPL. But after that, I'd like to just stay box or wall gun free for the rest of the game. I could do the 2-box and you don't get to buy any guns, or you don't get to buy any wall guns, but to me that's just, it's not even fun. I'd rather be able to set up a little bit first. And last time I checked, wall guns are not box guns, so it doesn't really count, does it? Oh, okay, now I will utilize this to weaken George if I can. But let's get some more MPL shots in there first, because you get more points with the MPL. Okay, let's do this strategically. Keep my back clear. Keep in mind I'm playing with like 2 volume. I don't know if you can even hear it in the background. Probably partially. So I could be doing this smarter. Just die, you bastard! Obviously he's not going to die on 1, but... Alright, let's not get killed here. That's the last zombie. Alright. Let's go test our fate at this box. Oh yeah, I gotta buy this door. Duh. So we'll have just enough for 2 box sets. Don't let me down. Ah, the Spectre. That's rough, dude. Oh, that's tough. Oh, that's really tough. Well, I guess you're doing a 2 box every 10 rounds challenge, because holy shit, that's bad. Like, really bad. Yeah, I don't really know how I'm gonna do this. Because this gun has no ammo, and this literally doesn't kill zombies, so... yeah, I don't know. I have to buy PhD Flopper as soon as I get 2K. That's pretty much my only way I'm gonna be able to kill zombies until I can get enough to pack-a-punch these weapons, and then get rid of them on round 16. If I can even get that far. Yeah, this is gonna be something. At least it's interesting. I don't always want to get a wonder weapon or something off the rip. But I would hope my second round of box weapons go a little better than this. This is just atrocious. Or do I just buy Mule Kick and buy a 3rd gun and then suffer the rest of the game? I don't know. I don't know what to do. I really don't. Because if this was like any other weapon that actually had ammo, I'd keep this for the rest of the game. But dude, it has 140 bullets. And this doesn't have bullets, period, so... Yeah, I don't really know what to do. Don't really know how to get points right now. Oh man, I need PhD so badly. So bad. Oh, okay. Well, that's nice, I guess. I guess. Oh, I forgot I get a, what's it, Wonder Waff if I kill George. So that'd help a little bit. I can't let these death machines really go to waste, though. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna get. Some games you get a lot, some games you don't get too many of them. Come here, motherfucker. Come here, motherfucker. He's not very happy, is he? Uh-oh. Okay, let's get out of here. That's getting intense. Like, it's not even the worst. It's like the MP5, basically. It's just, it has literally the exact same ammo as the MP5. Or is it 10 shots a lot? No, it's the same ammo. Same ammo as the MP5, and it's a box gun. That's pretty wild to me. That they didn't think, let's just add an extra 100 shots to this, so there's at least 200 plus bullets. I'll give Black Ops 3 and 4 that at least. Every gun has ammo. Even if it's dog shit, it's mostly at least got ammo. I don't really know what the most ammo of a wall weapon in this game is, but I don't think it's anything more than like, because the MP40 is 192 and 30, is it 32 or 30, I don't know. But it's barely over 220 bullets, which is just not, dude, it's not enough. You get the AN-94 in Black Ops 2, and it's got, I think it's 300 with 30 as the, so 330 not upgraded. Needed something like that in this game. But no. But no. Whatever, let's damage George. I didn't, what? I didn't. How about not damage him? This one will. Gotta knife a zombie on insta-kill that's been electrocuted so I can stop getting electrocuted by George. Bitch. Did he touch the water? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I don't know if I should do the mule kick thing, but I'll just do the 2 box every 10 rounds. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Fuck you, George. Georgie Porgy. I hate you, George. I hate you. I don't really hate you. I appreciate what you did for the movie genre, but I hate you in this game. Haha. Ha ha. You get trolled, George. He's gonna kill me now that I said that. Can I have another death machine this round, please? I can sense that he's getting weakish, but I should buy a 4th perk first. I don't know what to... Oh no, I'm gonna down! If I down now, it's... Oh man, it'd be game. I don't know how I'd even get to Jug. I'd probably have to sacrifice it by PhD first, because there's literally no way I can kill zombies right now, unless I have PhD. This fucking piece of crap. Spectre. It's one of the best guns in multiplayer, which makes it even more baffling. Ooh. I always wanted the stoner to be in zombies. Every time I'd play multiplayer in this game, I was always hoping, like, please just put the stoner in. And they never did. At least Black Ops 2 had a lot more variety with the LMGs. At least it felt like it. RPD, Hammer, LSAT, MG08. Like, that's 4. How many does this game have? 2? If you want to count the FG42 from Der Riese and stuff, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure that's an LMG, but I struggle to count that. I struggle to count it. I do like the HK-21 though. And imagine that with double tap too. Oh. Oh. And they brought back the RPK for Black Ops 3 and not the HK, which is a little bit of a punch in the stomach. I do like the RPK. I'm not gonna sit here and say I don't. I've always liked the RPK. But the HK for me was always my go-to LMG in that game. Just the way it sounded. It's a better version of the Gorgon. The Gorgon. Which I also think is sort of underrated. People always say, like, oh, the 48 Dredge is underrated. I'd put the Gorgon as the underrated gun in that game, LMG-wise. Personally. You know, as bad as that Origins remaster was, I'm kind of happy they brought the MG08 back at least. Never liked that was the only map that it was on. I get it because it fits that map and that time period and all that. But dude, the upgraded feature on that, the Magna Collider where the bullets collide literally and they ricochet, and brilliant idea. Brilliant but lazy. Is it behind? Okay. Should I go upgrade? Should I go? I'm risking it. I don't really have a choice but to do it now. Run! I'll barely have enough points probably to upgrade. I'll upgrade the crossbow first. Because it's a get you out of jail free card. And then I'll probably have enough points by the end of this round to buy stamina up. So that'll be the plan here. It's very hit or miss though. Same with BO2. Like if any of you end up watching my Wonder Fizz video, my death was complete and utter horseshit. Like the monkey detection in Black Ops 2 is so bad. It always has been. I've died so many times on every map at this point that the monkeys are on because of that. But capturing it on camera, it's always satisfying. It's like, see? It's not just me. Literally threw a monkey in the middle of the generator where there's no mud, and it still somehow didn't work. Fuck you, game. That's all I gotta say. And BO1, it just seems like depending on where you shoot, like when I'm playing 5, super hit or miss with this thing if the zombies actually chase it or not, it seems. Maybe I'm just bad at the game. I don't know. That's probably part of it. Where in the fuck is this last zombie? Oh yeah, I threw grenades behind. Ooh, let's not run up there right now. So basically I'm down to just PhD Flopper because I have no ammo in this. This is gonna just be for if I get stuck. Man, I really couldn't have rolled worse, could I? I would have even took like a G11 over this thing. Spectre just gives me no. Oh yeah, I'm only how many rounds? 6 rounds out. Really 5 rounds out from needing to switch out guns. I'd like to get the Spectre upgraded, but if I don't, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. Not gonna lose any sleep over it because I at least got one of them upgraded. And with the nature of the moving Pack-a-Punch on this map, it can be pretty hard at times to actually get to it before it moves. Or if it goes in that spot over there near Jug, it's a death trap. Unless you have like 2 or 3 zombies. And even then you can get stuck there. Spawn and the location I was just at are the only 2 viable mid-round spots, I should say. Give me a max ammo so I can get some Spectre points. And maybe get it upgraded. Oh my goodness. Explosion did nothing. Stupid crawlers. Oh, you weren't even that close, George. Suck my dick. He wants a reason to be upset at this point. I wasn't even close to you, man. I was going for the zombies. Oh, chill out. I know reviews on Land of the Dead weren't good, but relax. By the way, it's an underrated zombies movie in my personal humble opinion. I'm in the minority. I've never actually seen his original Dawn of the Dead movie. I've seen Day of the Dead. I've seen some of Night of the Living Dead. Never seen the original Dawn of the Dead. I own and like the Zack Snyder version, though, which I hate to admit, because Zack Snyder movies, I'm just not a fan, really. Like him a lot more than James Gunn, but... Like, that whole debate has gotten so cringy online. The Snyder fans versus the James Gunn fans. The Gunnonites versus the Snyder... Snyder, what do they call them? Snyder Bros. Can we just agree both versions were dog shit? Like, I don't know why we have to pretend... It's the hindsight. It's always hindsight. It reminds me of the prequel hate until the sequels came out. Just because the sequels were bad does not vindicate the prequels. That's not how that... The prequels are not well-written movies. Yes, they're fun. If you grew up with them like I did and a lot of kids my age... I'm saying kids, people in their early to mid-20s. You probably have like a soft spot in your heart for it, and that's great, but it does not make them good movies. Like, I was even just watching Revenge of the Sith the other day, and I love the movie. Don't get me wrong, I love Revenge of the Sith. Just the dialogue is just so cringy. I can't imagine being in my 30s at the time, grown up with the original trilogy, and then watching that in theaters and be like, what is going on? That's how I feel with Man of Steel. To me, it was not... I never liked Man of Steel. I like Henry Cavill a lot as Superman. I think he's a really good Superman. And he's really good as Clark Kent and all of that. That's great. It's just the source material was terrible. And the execution was poor. And again, Michael Shannon was not very good as Zod for me. Just never bought him as somebody who would be a general. I like him as an actor. It's just, I don't know about that. And I'm seeing clips from this new movie, which I avoided with everything in my body. As soon as I saw the trailers and stuff, I knew right away. I knew I was going to hate everything. I don't like James Gunn. I've never liked him. I will never like him. His fucking pedo creepy shit that he went off on Twitter was enough for me to know what the guy's about. You know, Hollywood's full of creepy pedos, and he's just another one who got a pass because he's got connections. I don't know. I really don't get it, but in that aspect, Zack Snyder's a much better guy than he is. Never heard anything but nice things about the guy behind the scenes, who's... It's not a surprise. The guy's a cuck of a human being, Zack Snyder. If you've watched any of his movies in the last 10 years, it's just... yeah, let's just say it's women power 101. So that's why the hindsight thing's bothering me. Let's stop pretending Zack Snyder made good movies, because he's only made a couple that I would consider, like, oh, that was good. 300 and Dawn of the Dead. The rest of them, pretty much live the rest of my life without rewatching and live pretty happy. But I have a very deep guilty pleasure for Batman v Superman, and even then I could live the rest of my life without watching it again. But to me, that was like, it came out in the perfect time of my life. I was like 15, and I was really into superhero movies at that time, so as bad as it was, just seeing Superman and Batman together was pretty awesome. And fighting, even though the fight was a complete sham, and you could tell it was written by somebody who was a Batman fanboy. Let's just make Superman the weakest human being ever. It's not even a human, that's what makes it even worse. Let's make him the weakest Kryptonian ever. Gets stomped all over by a guy from planet Earth with money. But the Doomsday stuff, as bad as it is, I don't know. I've always wanted to see the Doomsday story come to the screen, so to see it at all was pretty awesome. A little fun story for you. It isn't really fun for me, because I was the one that did it, but my dad, when I was younger, he had 2 Superman Dies comics, and they were sealed. I don't know why, but he thought that they were gonna go for a lot someday. They really don't. I found a couple on eBay for like $15 sealed. They're not expensive. They're reprinted, and they've been, you know, let's just say that he thought that they were gonna cost a lot, and I opened one of them, and I'll never forget the look on his face when he saw that I was reading the Superman Dies comic book. He's like, "You opened it!" And ever since then, I kind of had a like deep obsession with Doomsday and wanting to see him fight Superman. And see Superman in his, I guess, rebirth costume, his black one, whatever it's called. Oh, I love that black Superman outfit. There's one positive from the Justice League with Zack Snyder, which I never saw, by the way. I have the theatrical release on Blu-ray. I think I got it for Christmas the year that it came out, and I don't think I've watched it once. I really don't. I think it might even be sealed still. So, yeah, not a good movie. But I was even old enough then to know that that was not Zack Snyder's movie. Like, oh, I can tell it was fucking Joss Whedon. Has his fingers all over this with his terrible humor and his terrible dialogue. And it's not really a shock to me to find out Joss Whedon was a horrific piece of shit behind the scenes, too. In making Buffy the Vampire Slayer, all the women were afraid to be in rooms with them alone, and the guys who are always overdoing it with the feminism are usually the worst ones. They're overcorrecting for mistakes they've made. Let's just leave it at that. Not saying the guy's a rapist or something, but wouldn't shock me when, you know, you make your whole persona being a woman lover and a woman supporter, and you're a man. It's very odd to me. It kind of gives me, what's his face? James Cameron vibes, where I've never heard anything positive said about him, ever. Like, not one person behind the scenes, unless they're a producer who, has made a lot of money because of him. None of the actors have nice things to say. Do you want to be one of those people? Because I know I would not want to be, where, you know, yeah, he makes great movies and his art is great, but he's just a piece of shit and nobody wants to talk to him. What a terrible, terrible thing that must be. Then again, they're rich, so I don't feel bad for them. James Cameron made it his whole mission to uncorrect his first Terminator movie with the second one. No guns. No killing people. I don't think anybody actually dies in that movie. And if they do, it's by proxy of getting in the way of other people's bullets and shit. Like that guy in the hallway who's got like near the Pepsi machine. He gets in the way of their shots. They weren't shooting at him. I can't think of anybody who actually dies because they were like the target of anything. Oh, his aunt and uncle die off screen. Or not his aunt and uncle, his adopted parents. I just said aunt and uncle. What the fuck? his adopted parents, Jeanette and Todd. It's not my mother, Todd. But we don't see that. And he kills the dog, too. Fucking, what's the dog's name? I can't even remember. I can't remember. I think it's like Max or something. Probably the most cliche dog name ever. All I'm saying is Terminator 2, it's a very tame movie when you go back and watch it. I love it. It's still a great action movie, but every single day of the week I will take the first Terminator over the second one. Every day. It, to me, is like the perfect horror movie from the 1980s. With a little flair of sci-fi and a little flair of romance, and yeah, it's a damn near perfect movie, especially for the budget. And the second one is just the same movie all over again with no killing and a higher budget. So it fooled the mass audiences. And if you talk to pretty much anybody, they'll say the second Terminator is their favorite, and you know, whatever, I respect it, but for me, it's always the first one. Terminator 3. I grew up really liking the third Terminator. Man, is it bad. I rewatched Terminator Salvation as an adult, and I kind of like completely flip-flopped my opinion. That is the best Terminator sequel besides the second one. If you'd have asked me in my teenage years, childhood years, it was always the first three Terminators. But the third one is literally the exact, like, it's the third time doing the same formula. You can get away with it a second time, but you pull that shit off a third time, I just don't care. And not having Edward Furlong really kills any chance that movie has at being special. Nick Stahl was fine. You know, I've honestly never had a problem with him as John Connor. I just don't see I don't see him as the same character. When he's telling stories to that girl, I forget her fucking name. I really do. She's so forgettable in the movie. When his future wife, he's like telling her stories about parties that he remembers her from. I just don't picture him as Edward Furlong. I just see him as his own character. So I never saw that third Terminator as a really true sequel. And they clearly don't either, because every time they've rebooted it since, they've completely ignored the third movie. The ending, though, had some major balls on it. To have Judgment Day be inevitable, even though they knew it was coming and they went to go and plan to prevent it. I do love that it's unavoidable. That was a pretty damn cool ending. Terminator Genisys flipped that on its head. Because of course it did. Terminator Genisys freaking sucks. Okay, I guess we'll get weapons next round. That's where I tapped out. I think I own Genisys somewhere in here. Because when I was like 14 or 15, the fan service, that's before fan service got overdone in Hollywood. I loved the fan service in that movie when I was 14 or 15. The whole reenactment of the opening of the first movie, and I love that shit. But now I'm just tired of it. Every movie has the same simple thought of, let's just bring back a scene from the movie that was better and put our characters in it, and people will say, remember that? You remember that? That's the entirety of the new sequels for Star Wars, basically, was just, oh my goodness, they have the Force training ball in Finn's hand right there. Oh my goodness, it's Luke's training ball from A New Hope. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it's starships. Oh my goodness, it's lightsabers. Oh my goodness. And it just got to the point where I just didn't even care anymore. The novelty had worn off at that point. Which, I can't say the same for the prequels. As messy as those movies are, I still get excited to go back and watch the action. Like the Duel of the Fates fight scene in The Phantom Menace is just incredible. I even, you know what? I hated it when I was younger, but I've grown to admire the fight at the end of Attack of the Clones where Anakin's overconfident and Obi-Wan just straight up gets outplayed by Dooku. And then Yoda comes in and just fucks town up. He just fucks the town up, basically. And it also gave birth to the Lego Star Wars Yoda death sound, so I'll forever be thankful of the scene alone just for that. Let's go at the box. I think we can all be in agreement, though. Attack of the Clones is definitely the weak Link of all of Star Wars, because let's stop pretending the sequels even count. But of the first 6 movies, Attack of the Clones just feels like really? This is what you wanted to do with this movie? I know Phantom Menace feels disconnected enough to begin with, considering Qui-Gon's the main character and he dies. Oh, AUG, yes, the AUG's good. What's my second gun gonna be? Oh, the FAL, okay. I gotta wait for the pack. Oh, it's in spawn. Let's try and get there. I gotta go back up. What am I doing? Let's at least get one of these packed, if I can. If I can do it. Open up. Oh. That's why I never played the Skywalker Saga, the Lego Star Wars game. I just can't bring myself to even pretend to care about the sequels. And I'm a completionist, so when I play a Lego game, I go for 100%. I can't ever bring myself to play those levels multiple times, to have to get all the mini kits and all of the... Ugh, no. No. It's not happening. It was bad enough playing the Force Awakens Lego game, which, again, I have like a guilty pleasure spot for. It's not a great game or anything by any means. It's just... It's a very nice looking Lego game. And it's one of the last Lego games where it felt like their original ones. And they started adding like first person sections of the game. They might even be in that game, to be honest. The first person shooting sections, which just felt completely out of place. But they're trying to compete with other markets. So you guys have a very niche demographic. Just stick with it. And let's stop pretending that people don't play Lego games. Fucking Lego Star Wars, the complete saga's gotta be one of the best-selling games of the last 20, 30 years. It has to be, right? If it's not, I guess I'm an idiot. But it was literally on every console. PS2 with Lego Star Wars 1 and 2. They might not count that because it's 2 separate games. But it was on the DS, the PSP, 360, PS3. Did I say PS3 already? I don't know. It's even on PC. It's on everything. So it got me back into it. I was at my friend's house 6 years ago. And they were looking at games on sale. I didn't have a console at the time. And Lego Star Wars was $4.99. And I was like, come on, just buy it. He didn't even really like Star Wars, but I convinced him. And we had a really good time playing that game. That's the only Lego game, I think, ever that I've beaten fully 2-player. Which was a fun experience. And I wish they'd give us the ability to play those games online. That's one of the only ones, actually, that you can play online. Complete Saga. But the rest, no. I think it's Indiana Jones 2 and the Complete Saga are the only 2 Lego games that you can play online. Just a complete failure on their end. I get it, they're trying to push the multiplayer envelope for 2-player in the same household, but it's not 2006 anymore. People hang out on the phone or on calls a lot more now. And I just feel like the target audience for Lego games, like, yeah, kids enjoy them, but it's mostly us adult nerdy people that like these movies. And like Indiana Jones, what kid besides me at 6 or 7 was really watching Indiana Jones in 2008? Like, not very many. I know Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was coming out, but when I went to see that in the theater, there was like maybe 2 or 3 kids. It was a packed house. It was when the movie just came out. Barely any kids in the theater. It was all adult men, because that's the demographic. So I don't get exactly why now they're pretending like it's always been just for kids. It's not. Like Lego Marvel superheroes, like, yeah, kids enjoy it, but man, yeah, my adult friends still enjoy that game. It's a great game. And you get one of the best hubs of New York City in most video games. I'm trying to think any hub New York City that's better than that. It's a pretty damn good recreation. And then all the other hub worlds that you get. When you play like the Lego Marvel Avengers, you get Asgard and Wakanda, and you get to go to different parts of the world, like Africa. What kid really gives a shit about that stuff? That's the adults that nerd out over it that they're doing that for. I just feel like Lego's kind of lost that. It's all become about like we'll have an open world and just give us your little hub worlds. Give us like Lego Harry Potter did it so well. You get to explore the castle. You get to explore Diagon Alley. The game is utter perfect. I'm gonna have to do a series playing that game again. I've 100%ed both of them because they're really technically two different games. Years 1 to 4 and years 5 to 7. But one of the best experiences in a Lego game for sure. And very satisfying getting the 100%. I still think I would probably put the Complete Saga at number 1 most satisfying with the super story that you have to do. That's the one thing holding my friend back. Every time I talk to him and trying to convince him, like, yeah, you should just try and 100% Lego Star Wars, he's just like, yeah, but the super stories. And he's not wrong. If you have anxiety of any type, being on a timer like that just makes everything feel like the end of the world. I can't even explain it. But I have to like amp myself up before I was doing those super stories. And really, I would probably, for a couple of them, I went back and played the story missions and timed myself to see how quick I could get through them. Because if you really mess up in a certain area and you get stuck for a few minutes, it could throw the entirety of your run off, and then you got to restart, and you've wasted 45 to 50 minutes of your life, and it's just, yeah, it feels like shit. So that's probably, for me, the hardest. There's a lot of hard shit they put in Lego games now to achieve, but mostly it's just time-wise. That game, it's just like... the emotion it puts you through. You feel like you're playing a Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final and the puck's on your stick and you got a wide open net. And don't miss it because the pressure's all on you. That's kind of what doing that feels like to me anyways. I probably sound insane. Insane the membrane. I think I saw that there's a new Lego Batman coming out though, so that's exciting. Been too long. I gotta go finish Lego Batman 3. I've beaten the story, but I have to complete it to 100%. I gotta go back and free play those levels. But that was a good game. I know that... oh shit, I'm stuck. Uh-oh. First down right here, folks. Oh, I got out. I got out. A lot of people complain about the fact that you're on a spaceship for the whole game and there's no Gotham. Just go play Lego Batman 2 then. That's the best I said best Batham. Yeah, great. That's my favorite Gotham. I know a lot of people like Arkham Knight and stuff. That game pisses me off to the maximum. Maybe I'm just dog shit at video games, but literally every time I play it, I get absolutely fucked up by everybody. It's been an active process of me deleting and downloading that game for 4 years now, and me trying to beat it. I'm at like 80%. So maybe one of these days I'll actually get to beating it. I doubt it, though. I downloaded it the other day, did a couple missions, and, yeah, I deleted it, because I don't have the mental capacity anymore to sit there and let a game bother me. The last game that truly did that was SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. You have to reverse finishers to get the WrestleMania 9 location unlocked, which is Caesar's Palace in Vegas, so I always wanted that. That's the last thing I need in that game to 100% completion it, and I just couldn't seem to get the reversal, and then I realized my button was broken. So it was no fault of my own, but the reversal button was literally broken. So I smashed my controller into like a million pieces. And it's the last time that's happened. That was 2 or 3 years ago now. But I used to break controllers all the time, man. I was a problem when I was younger. I don't think I had a controller really last me longer than 2 or 3 months. Which is pretty embarrassing to admit. But I had clearly mental health and anger issues that I just didn't understand when I was 14 or 15. And I shouldn't have been, even younger, 12, 13. I broke an iPad playing Nuketown. I was 2 kills off my nuclear, and I was using what's that fucking shotgun called? The Remington? I just remember some guy coming up behind me and KSGing me in the back, and I lost my mind, dude. I'd never had a nuclear at that point. That was gonna be my first nuclear. And then my iPad took the punishment there. Right off the wall. And it had a case and everything, and it was still in pieces, so it was like, oh, well, there goes that. That might have been after my iPod that I broke. First or second day Origins came out, it forced me to break my iPod because of how frustrating the map was. It's before we knew how to build it, or at least before I knew how to build the staffs, and I understood that Stamina Up saved you in the mud. I just kept dying on round like 10 to 15 every single time I played the map, and I lost my mind. I was so used to how easy buried was. I got into like 60 unburied, and I was like, oh god, Origins is going to be a cakewalk. It was not. I learned that pretty quick. Get off my back, George. So if I can get to round 26, which I'm not sure, I really don't know because of the ammo situation, but if I can manage to get to round 26, I'll just do it to... I'll hit the... Oh, shit, I killed him. I'll do 2 more box hits, and then whatever I get will carry me to round 30, and that's where I'll end the game. If I can get that far. I always speak ahead. Oh, I got Speed Cola. Yeah! Yeah! What perks am I missing? Double Tap and Mule Kick. Fuck, even this map has 8 perks. Why can't Buried have 8? Stupid. Origins has 9, which... Oof, that makes me feel good inside. Makes me feel good getting to that 8th perk when you're cycling through and there's still a question mark as to what perk you're going to get, because it could be one of 2. I like variety. And I really wish more Black Ops 1 and 2 maps embraced variety. Because we got off to a hot-ass start with Ascension. PhD and Stamina Up. It was like, whoa! Holy, whoa-y, wow-whoa. And then, even this map, like, I hate Deadshot. At least they gave us a new perk. Like, it's not very useful, but at least there's another perk to be gained if you're killing George. Shangri-La added nothing, but I like Shangri-La. It's a fun map. Would have been nice to get some sort of perk to fit the theme of that map. I don't really know what would have fit the theme of that map. Don't ask me, but... Moon, Mule Kick, yeah. And then they added to the rest of the maps, which is very nice. So really there was only 7 perks on this map at launch. How many are on Ascension? Stamina, Quick Revive, Jug, Speed Cola, PhD, Mule Kick. Is that it? I think that's it. So 6? Is that 6? Is it 5? My math right now, holy shit. Oh! And the BO2. Like, I think I went through it in my last live stream, but I'll do it again for you. I'll do it again. Transit has... I guess I'll add Tombstone because it's technically on the map, even though you can't get it solo. So Tombstone, Quick Revive, Jug, Speed Cola, Stamina Up, Double Tap, and I don't think there's Mule Kick, so there's 6 perks on that map. 5 solo. And then Die Rise has 6. With Who's Who and Mule Kick. Mule Kick! Mob of the Dead only has 5, which pisses me off to this day. Would have been the perfect map for Mule Kick. I don't even like Mule Kick that much. Like, I really am not an advocate of Mule Kick, especially in Black Ops 1 and 2. But I'll take any extra perks I can freaking get, man. Again, variety. If I just want to do a challenge, I'd love for there to be more perks on a map that I can gain. That's why Origins with the Wonder Fizz was so much fun, because it was you don't know what you're going to get. You've got 9 opportunities when you hit that first perk. It could be any of those perks. And it made it even more fun when I got Quick Revive first, because it was like, whoa, Quick Revive, wow. And then I wasted it and died around 6, but nonetheless, still getting that rare pull always feels satisfying. Quicker Vibes the hardest to get by far, actually, out of the Wonder Fizz, especially once you're out of Quicker Vibes. Good luck getting another one. Remember sitting there for like 40 minutes the one day on round 70 trying to get another one, and I just gave up eventually. Especially if Deadshot's the other perk that you don't have. Good luck. You're never getting it. Deadshot is the likeliest perk to pull from the Wonder Fizz in every game. For good reason. It's useless. And they know it. But it was still in every map in Black Ops. Well, not in every map physically, but if you got your Perkaholic, it's on every map. And it even has the ability to be on the Giant. I just restart the game every time, though. If I don't get stamina up, instant restart. Instant game restart. Was that the first map I did the 2-box on? I think it was. The Giant. And I got the Dingo and the Wonder Waff. Like, BO3 is just not even the same. It's not even remotely the same with the 2-box challenge. It's not even remotely hard. But that's the type of box luck you're getting. And even if you pull something shitty, you can just double Pack-a-Punch it, and your problems are solved. This game, like, dude, this foul does no damage anymore, but we don't have a choice. I have to save that AUG ammo for when shit gets dire. We gotta get through 2 more rounds. Oh, that'll help. That will help. Carpenters on this map make no sense. I know that there's like some spots, but I don't know. Do I need a carpenter on this map? No. All the zombie locations really out here are from the ground. But that is not helping me. Is Nuketown the only map ever to not have carpenters? I'm wondering in my head. That might be. There's no barriers. There's not a single barrier on that map. I've done the test many times, running around the map looking for them. They're not there. Nuketown's just an anomaly of a map. I'm definitely going to do a 2-box on that eventually, because the challenge aspect is off the charts with that map. Especially adding in like when the Pack-a-Punch will show up, when Jug will show up. Could end up with some pretty interesting gameplay there. I love this AUG so much. I'm so pissed they never brought it back. That would have been the perfect gun to put in supply drops in Black Ops 3, but instead they brought back the M1 Garand. The Max GL, bro. Forgot about the shotgun attachment, too. It's not very good, but it's a cool little feature. Back when they put these little specialty items on certain Pack-a-Punch weapons. Now every gun is the same ability. And because of the weapon system where you have unlockables and stuff, it's basically multiplayer. Every gun has the same attachments. Every gun has different I just, for me personally, like I love putting camos on when I'm playing Black Ops 3. Like, I love having my Dark Matter on. That's great. But something about just getting bare-looking weapons from the box and then upgrading them is a lot more satisfying, because you upgrade your weapon, it goes from Dark Matter to looking worse 90% of the time, unless you're playing like Origins Remastered or Shadows. I don't really think that many Pack-a-Punch camos look better than Dark Matter in Black Ops 3. So it's like a downgrade, and your gun looks worse. So it almost makes me feel like I'm downgrading the look of my weapon. I'd rather just have it look like shit off the rip, and then upgrade it. And then I'm just like, oh, look at how nice this camo is. Can't really say that for this game, because the camo doesn't really cover much of the weapon. Especially this AUG, like you can see it barely covers it. Get out of my freaking way, zombie. Is that last? I'm hoping for last, because we're running out of ammo here. And getting the... So I'll hit the box at the end of next round. I know it's technically cheating, because it's not going to be 26 yet. I don't care. I want to at least enjoy whatever shitty weapons I'm going to get next for 5 rounds. Or 4, it'll, yeah, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29. I'm not going to end it on the beginning of round 30, so we'll enjoy some of round 30. So technically 5 rounds. Oh! Oh, shit. 30 just feels right for a 2-box. I've seen people who do, like, the real 2-box, and they don't swap out their weapons. They make round 20 their goal. That's not high. Even if I was using the Spectre and the Awful Lot and still, I would have pushed for 30. Even with, like, the literal no ammo, I would have been dolphin diving the whole time. 20 is just not it. Unless I'm doing a spawn room challenge, or like yesterday, the Wonder Fizz challenge, where I didn't have Jug the entire game. It feels like a bit more of an accomplishment getting around 20. Especially in a 2-hit system game. But Black Ops 3, there ain't no way I'd be sad. It has to be around 40 on Black Ops 3, actually. Which is why I did that. I got to the 40 on the Giant, because it was so fucking easy. You could do it with your hands tied behind your back. Another Carpenter! Frig off. Frig off. I want a max ammo, man. Otherwise, I'm going to have to dolphin dive my way through the rest of this round, and that does not sound like a good time to me. Dolphin. Oh, I'm dead. I'm down here. I'm down here. Oh, we dodged a bullet. We dodged a bullet there, folks. I'll take any drop that's not a Carpenter, please. Oh, double points. Okay. Not really helping, but it's better than a Carpenter. I didn't really specify, so the game did give me a drop besides a Carpenter. Take their heads off. I'm just afraid the zombie's gonna come from that way and get me. Get me. Get me, get me. I see a couple of them are missing heads, so it's slowly working. And I think I'm oh boy, that was not what I meant to do. I should have grabbed the sickle. If I go back that way, which I probably won't, I'll grab the sickle again. I'll grab the sickle. I almost said again. Grab the sickle again, even though I haven't grabbed it yet. Okay, let's save a couple crawlers. Is this the end of the round? Please tell me it is. Please tell me it is. So, let's make box predictions. China Lake and the HS-10. It's my bet. It's my bet right now. If it's something as bad as that, I don't even know. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Oh, teddy bear. Great, so we get to anticipate the shit again. Can't wait. Where's the box gonna go now? Where are you going, box? Yeah, take some free barrier points while we're at it. Somewhere not across the map would be nice. Is that the box? Yeah, it is. So I think it's on top. At least I think. I could be completely wrong about this and have to run all the way down, but I feel like this is on top. It is. Okay. Alright. Disappoint me. Oh, Commando. Okay. 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 Alright. That's pretty decent. Okay, so we get a third hit. Cool. Oh! L96. Okay, baby. I don't really hate the L96 upgraded. If I'm being honest, I used to upgrade this for fun. Back in the day. Back in the old days. Okay, now we have to just outweight this, unfortunately. This is going to be a little bit annoying. I apologize. But we have to wait for Pack-a-Punch to arrive so I can at least get my weapons upgraded. Otherwise, this is gonna be a real problem. What are you looking at, George? You fucker. Oh, here we go. Alright. My bet is it's gonna go as far as possible. It's gonna go over there near Jug. Which would suck. It would really suck. Oh, it's in spawn. Yay! Saved by the game. Run. Get this thing upgraded. I don't know. I've never done the specs on this one. I don't know if this can really do much damage to George, but we'll try. Oh, I love this fucking... I love the Commando upgraded so much. If it just had 100 more shots, if it just had 460 and 40, and you could have 500 in total, then we'd be in business. But unfortunately, it's only got 400 bullets, which is still more than most, so I can't really complain. Do I have to aim in every time? I think I do. No. I was gonna say that's gonna get annoying. It's gonna get annoying. At least we got Matryoshka dolls, though. That could help a little bit. A little laddle, leedle, loodle, leedle, loodle, laddle. Do we have 1,000 kills yet? Oh, 990. We're on the cusp. We are on... And I'm due for a max ammo anytime now. Not to jinx myself. But I should be getting a max ammo in the first few waves here. Should be. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. And I don't have double tap. That kind of sucks. It's definitely going to affect how useful the Commando is. Oh, shit. It's definitely easier to hit your target with this thing than the Dragunov. I feel like such a bot with the Dragunov. Couldn't hit frickin' anything. Do I have 1,000? I do. Get a max? See, I knew I was due. I knew it! He doesn't look weakened at all, so I don't know if I'm even going to be able to kill George again. I guess we'll see. I'd like to get one more perk. It'd be kind of funny if it was Mule Kick, because then I could go hit the box one more time and get disappointed for the third straight time. Although, like I said, the Commando's not bad. But we definitely were not gifted this game the way I was gifted on Moon or the Giant. Or even Buried, for that matter, where I got the ray gun as well. But I'm glad I didn't this game. So there's a little bit of some variety here, you know? Don't want every video to just be me rocking a ray gun, otherwise this ain't much of a challenge. And we want it to be challenging. Don't we? Don't we? The people, I almost said folks again. Old folk. He's not happy. He's not happy. We gotta be getting close-ish to the end of this round, though, I would imagine. Maybe not. Selfishly, I want double tap. If I do kill him, I want it so badly. Mule Kick would be more entertaining. But double tap would just make me feel so much better. About this... hit some shots, for fuck's sake. Holy... Turning in a nade shot over here. Spam grenades. Spam, spam, spam. Is that last? Headshot. You gone. 3 more rounds. Say it, everybody. 3 more rounds. 3 more rounds. Then I'm gonna go finish the Vince McMahon documentary, which came out like a year or two ago, but I just decided today or yesterday, I'm gonna watch this. I love wrestling, so I kind of want some behind the scenes stuff. Which I already know all of the stories they're already telling, but it's still interesting to see different interviews. See Hulk Hogan before he passed away, obviously. It's one of the last things I'm sure he did, big production wise. He kind of vanished off the face of the earth because people hate him for liking Trump. But hey, the liberals are the people who are most accepting, right? Love and acceptance until you disagree with me. And then I hate you and you're a racist bigot piece of shit for saying things on a phone call that should have never been heard and it was over 20 years ago. But hey, we're all perfect, aren't we? No hypocrites here. I was never like the hugest Hulk Hogan fan in terms of out of the ring. He's got a pretty big tendency to inflate his own ego, to lie about shit that just doesn't even need to be lied about. Like, he was the first person to ever slam Andre. He tore every muscle in his back when he lifted him. Like, all these things that just make him sound so much more heroic. They just aren't true. But I still love his in-ring character. And I appreciate what he did for the wrestling community. And wrestling in general. Because without Hulk Hogan, I hope you wrestling fans out there realize there would be no WWE. There would be no wrestling today. Not in the way that you all know it. Because he is the reason that it was globalized. He was the first guy that really became a superstar and broke that mold. But before wrestling, like, it was really just for old guys that thought it was real. They were maybe middle-aged to old guys that would go sit there, and it was their soap opera. They thought it was legit. They really thought it was real. Kayfabe back in the day was more important than the Bible. You did not break kayfabe. And then Hulk Hogan came around, and they started to break it a little more and let you in on the idea of it being predetermined sports. Before that was not a topic, and you didn't ever think twice. You thought wrestling was real. So I don't think we end up with any of the entertaining 20 years that we've had here in the last 20. Well, I shouldn't say last 20 years. I should say from 1985 to 2005. You don't end up with that without Hulk Hogan. The prime era. Being a kid, it was the coolest thing ever. Every day, or I guess not every day, because wrestling's twice a week. Raw was on Mondays, SmackDown was on Fridays. But I would pre-tape Raw Monday night, and then I'd come home from school, because it was on at like 8, 9 p.m. It was too late for me to be watching when I was in grade 1. But I'd pre-tape Raw, come home, get my bowl of nachos or chips or popcorn, and watch the entire show. And I had such a huge admiration for all those wrestlers growing up. Triple H, John Cena, Chris Jericho, Kane, all those Raw guys. And then Friday you'd watch The Undertaker and Batista and Rey Mysterio and all these other fucking stars. I was never bored is what I'm saying, because you got so much variety. Like I was saying earlier with zombies and variety, wrestling gave you variety, the world gave you variety back then. I just don't care about these new age wrestlers. Like Cody Rhodes was a mid-carder when I was a kid, and now all of a sudden he's the star of the show. I don't get it. I never liked him or DiBiase Jr. They were always just Nepo hires for me, and I don't care if you disagree with me. Randy Orton was the only one of those three that actually felt like, oh, this guy brings something. Like, yeah, he might be a third-generation wrestler, and that's probably why he's got this job, but he's actually interesting. And The Rock, too, another third-generation wrestler that, I mean, you can't deny the guy's skills. Yeah, his path was probably easier than everybody else's, but the skills that guy has on the mic, I always question how that hasn't carried over into his movies, besides, like, The Rundown and Walking Tall. I never feel like I'm watching that Rock. Like, he was so cocky and witty and smart on the mic, and now he just plays the same boring character who's like a middle-aged man who's been to war or was a cop or something. Every movie he's the same fucking character now. And part of me wonders, how did you go from being such a charismatic, funny in-ring talent to this? Even John Cena a little bit. Like, yeah, he's opening up more with his roles now. there was like a 15 year period there where he was in just shit like The Marine. Even in Bumblebee, he just plays some boring military guy, and it's like, oh god, like this is all you got. I don't really like that Cock Blockers movie, but he was pretty funny in it. So it was nice. Like, I just wish actors like them would embrace their comedic. Part of what makes a wrestler so great is if they're funny. And John Cena, especially when I was younger and he was the base doctor of thugonomics, the basic thugonomics, he was hilarious. So why aren't you doing that in movies? Why are you trying to play all these serious, like, oh, big tough, ooh. I get it, you have muscles, but you guys are funny. Use that to your ability. It seems like John Cena gets that a lot more than The Rock does lately anyways. And Batista does for sure. I don't really like Batista all that much. I was never the biggest Batista fan. Oh, I got Mule Kick. I can get a third gun at the end of this round. But at least he's funny. Like, when I watch Guardians of the Galaxy, he's the only part of those movies that makes me laugh. And he's tried comedies. Like, I've never watched any of them, but he's at least tried that. The Rock's best role in the last 20 years is Pain and Gain, and it's a comedy, really. He's hilarious in that movie. So, last two zombies. Alright, well, I guess we'll just go to round 30 with this. Whatever. And whatever leftover ammo I'll have left. Oh, I've had fun. Just sitting here rambling about... I tried to do that less with my Wonder Fizz challenge. I mainly kept that on the topic of zombies, but my mind's been kind of going all over the place here in the middle of this game, so I don't have any problems with talking about wrestling and stuff and movies. And that's the spontaneity of making these live videos. It just turns into me talking about random shit that's on the tip of my brain. And right now, wrestling's really I'm really into it again, like the older stuff. And I thank Netflix a lot for that. Being able to archive all that stuff. It's very, very nice. I know they're missing a lot of episodes of like Raw and SmackDown, but the main events, the pay-per-views, they have every WrestleMania. They got all the Money in the Banks, all Backlash, all of No Mercy, all Survivor Series. Like, they've got it all laid out. So I've just been having a fucking heyday going back and watching all these old matches. And even the YouTube account, the WWE account, and their WWE Vault account have been releasing some bangers lately. So I don't know what Triple H has been doing and cooking up over there, but he's allowing them to release uncensored matches from the mid to late 90s and early 2000s where there was blood. I'm loving it. That's all I'm saying. I rewatched the, I think it was No Mercy, 2002. Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, Hell in a Cell. To this day, probably, in my opinion, the most underrated Hell in a Cell match. It encapsulates everything you imagine about a Hell in a Cell. Blood, violence, action, drama. It really is a soap opera, isn't it? The more I say these things out loud. Everybody got some color in that match. Everybody bled. Undertaker, Lesnar, Paul Heyman even got bled out there. He was bleeding like a stuffed pig. I miss those days. But now I watch as an adult and I wince. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, they're bleeding, cool. Now when I watch, I'm just like, fuck, dude. I just think about their hospital trips after the matches. Like the street fight between Cactus Jack and Triple H. All I could think about was, dude, the hospital bill for these guys after is going to be insane. The pain they've got to be going through has to be insane. Like, getting pedigreed on a thumbtacks might be the most insane thing. Like, if you get one of those in your eye, you're screwed. And he was willing to take 2 pedigrees with thumbtacks right there. Say what you want about Mick Foley the man, but Mick Foley the wrestler, badass. Badass. We only made it to round 30, I guess, so the goal has been reached. Now what? Now what? That's the real question of the day, isn't it? Oh! And I have practically no ammo left. Fuck it, let's buy the AK as a third. Fuck it. Point gun. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go. Just like the moon one where I died at like round 32 because I just had enough. I just jumped off the map. I'm trying to think of an intricate way I can kill myself on this map. Can't really jump out of the map like moon, so that's not an option. Unfortunately. Oh, I have to take it. Even though it's not good. I have no ammo. Give me a max ammo. Do it, game. You know you want to. Keep giving me death machines. You don't seem to have a problem doing that. Give me what I'm seeking. Ah, oh, Carpenter. How dare you. How absolutely dare you. I'll at least go till I hit 100k points. It's bothering me. Say what you want about my OCD, I don't care. I want to get into that a little bit, actually, because I've been seeing a lot of people online say they have OCD. I don't think you know what OCD is. Like, I don't think you know... You think that being, like, neat and tidy and... Ooh, like, I like to line my things up. That's not OCD. OCD is ruminating on a thought that you simply can't get rid of. And you just... It consumes you in every part of your body. And I've just learned recently that that's what I've been suffering from my whole life. And I've always wondered, because since I was like 10, 11, maybe even before, no, it was before that, but that's when it got really bad. You get a thought in your head, like, for example, I would always be afraid that I was possessed when I was like 12. If I watched a horror movie, I truly thought I was going to be possessed by a demon. So I would convince myself that I was, and I would ruminate on this thought all day. It didn't matter what time of the day it was. It didn't matter what I was doing. If I was at school, hockey, I couldn't focus if I had one of these thoughts in my head. So now it's nice to know what I'm dealing with. You can't really ever solve it. They'll try and tell you medication would be the way to do it, but I'm not doing that. They have me on medication for like a month, and I'm just not comfortable. Not comfortable. I felt way worse on medication than I ever have with my lucid mind, where I at least have to battle these thoughts. When you're on medication, it just shuts your thoughts off completely, and you just turn into a zombie, which is even scarier. There was moments where I was sitting there and I was like, I don't even, what am I thinking? My brain is literally thoughtless right now, which is terrifying. It's never been the case, and I don't like it. So I'd rather find ways to cope with this than, you know, turning my brain off, basically, and numbing myself for being a human. And in the process, dealing with all the side effects that medications give you, because you're not supposed to be taking medication. At the end of the day, you're really not. And yes, I do other things I shouldn't do. Weed, yes. Vaping, yes. But I can quit those. You know, once you're on a certain medication, getting off of it can be life-threatening, to the point where you could literally die if you stop taking a certain medication. That wasn't the case with the one that they prescribed me, but any medication where it takes like a build-up period of months and weeks to even get the proper result, I don't feel comfortable with that. And if I'm not feeling comfortable after a month, I'm not going to feel comfortable after 2 or 3 months. That's where my mind was at with that anyways. Not that anybody asked, it's just, if any of you were struggling with OCD or anything, that's what OCD is. It's when you have a thought that you simply cannot get rid of. Whether it's, you think you're dying, you think that, you know, you're focused on your breathing, you're focused on your blinking, you're focused on swallowing. There's always something when you have OCD where if you're having downtime of any kind, your mind will start creating these things in your head. Oh, I ended the round. Holy shit! Alright, we'll find a way to end it this round. So not to play the I know more than you card, because I'm sure there are people out there that have OCD that are aware of what real OCD is, but I just wanted to get that out there, because people have no idea, it seems, lately, what OCD really is. Like, oh, I'm very neat and tidy, so I have OCD. No, you're just a perfectionist, which I also struggle with that as well. But that really doesn't link with OCD. OCD is the ruination of the thoughts. And it can just be something as simple as worrying about, like, did I turn the stove off at home? And then you just sit there and focus on that for 5 hours until you get back home. You don't ever have fun. You don't smile. It's just, it's very hard. And you have to start lying to yourself, basically. And like, oh, who cares? You have to, like, mess with your brain. Even if you do care, you have to be like, so what if the stove's on? Whatever. Oh, well. You have to just basically fool your brain into thinking that it's not a big problem. Because the odds are it's not. Unless you're focusing on, like, dying because you've been given a terminal diagnosis, then I would understand that. That's very understandable, but it feels hard to understand when you're focusing on something as simple as, like, oh my god, my blinking, or oh, my breathing, or oh, my swallowing. All these things that are just normal, everyday functions of your body, you start focusing on them. And it's very shitty. But that's why I like to make these long videos, because it gives me, like, a mental break from that stuff for a while. And then the video stops and I go right back into being scared about everything. But hey, video isn't over yet. And I can make more of these videos after if I really want. Which I might do. I have nothing else planned the rest of this night. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm gonna watch the Vince... What am I saying? I'm gonna watch that Vince McMahon documentary. So once I get over 120k points, we will find a way to end this. I just keep pushing the, at first it was 100k, now it's 120k, next it'll be 150k. No, I'm kidding. It's already been an hour and 20 minutes, I don't want the stream to go on forever, but I am having a pretty decent time, as I've said. Call of the Dead might be the longest 30 to 50 of all the maps in this game. That might be, it is, for sure. You'll get to 30 in an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 10, which is pretty decent, all things considered. But then getting from 30 to 50 is another, like, 3 to 4 hours. It's a slog, these in-between rounds. And then 50 plus. My highest on this map's 55. The 5 rounds that it took after 50, it was like 40 minutes a round, because then you have to go swap out your scavenger each round. Gotta get a new one. Maybe even a new ray gun, depending on if you had a drop or not. Like, it's just a mess. It's a freaking mess. Alright, give me this. I haven't had a max ammo in so long, dude. It's been a hot minute. I kind of just want to get a max ammo before this game ends, but at this rate, it ain't happening. Been using a AK fucking 74U. Is that a max ammo? It is! Max ammo! What's up, buddy? What's up, Max? Maxi Max? Fuck off, George. You're really pissing me off. Good way to end it on this. Like, there's literally nothing. I can't jump from anything because I have PhD, so I have to find... It'll have to be the zombies that take me out. 1,500 kills. Yeah! Give me a hell yeah! Hell yeah! What? Imagine being so over with the crowd, you can just say what, and everybody starts chanting it. Stone Cold's wild. What? Oh boy. Oh no. Another max ammo. Ah, so you don't give me any, and now you're giving me all of them. I feel like this is almost the end of the round, so I have to finish this round. I could be wrong, though. They could all just start running at me naked, angry at the... Oh, that was round. Okay. Damn, son, where'd you find this? Okay, now let's go find a spot to hold off. Hold on. Gotta be somewhere on this map that I can hold off, right? Oh, good idea. Let's go to the... Yeah. Let's go up here. No escape method because I have new... Let's see, what do I get? It's my third box hit. It would be the VR11, wouldn't it? Piece of trash. I'm gonna hit it again. I'm tempted to see what my box luck would have been if I would have hit it another time. Ha! There's the HS10. I knew you were coming eventually, buddy. It's too predictable. Yeah, there's another gun. If it just had like a little more ammo, it might be somewhat viable. But holy shit, there's no ammo. Chase him, not me. You we're out of ammo now, so we're screwed. We are screwed. Who screwed the pooch? There's no way. Like, where are they? Bro. Well, I thought that was going to be a good way, and I ended up ruining that for myself. Okay. I got an idea. I wanted to buy the sickle before the game ended, so I'm buying it. It's so hard to see that chalk outline. I always fucking miss it when I'm trying to buy the sick McGickle. Alright, let's go end it in the jug corner. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yeah, I get domed. Get chrome domed. Let's go, chrome dome. Oh, once they start spawning back there, it's game. No. Stay away. No. I'm buying Jug. You're gonna have to take me down with Jug. I'm buying it. Come get me, bitches. No. 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 They got me. Damn, that was fun. I had such a good time. So I hope you guys enjoyed, because that was fun. I'm going to do more of these, like I've said. So stay tuned. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.